Hello, I am Albin Labelle. I am a director of a company with several facilities across the border between France and Switzerland. As you can imagine, I am traveling a lot, so I have come to rely on a Surface Pro 3 and OneNote to carry with me all my notes and other data necessary for my work. I have designed some powerful workflows within OneNote to overcome the usual shortcomings of digital notebook and Mimix paper notebook. I am sharing those workflows and some tricks on my blog, whose address appears on the bottom of the screen. Feel free to visit it and interact with me there, for I enjoy learning from readers there. Today, in this video, I will show you how to customize your display settings. Then, I will show you how to create a table of content and a docket page. Finally, I will show you a way to use docket notes in combination with a table of content to help navigate through large notebooks as intuitively as you would in a paper notebook. If you are already familiar with the display settings, move directly to the second part of this video to watch the workflow part. Let me introduce you with the different areas of your workspace. Knowing their names will be useful when we will go on the File, Option, Display menu to customize our workspace. The major area, which is blank by default, is where you actually write. On its right, there is the Page tabs, where your notes are listed. On top of that, there is the tiny but essential Search area. On its left, you'll find an indication of your current notebook and its sections. If you click on the button close to your notebook name, it will open the notebook pane, which shows all your open notebooks. This is called also the Navigation tab. The following items should look familiar to you because they are present in any Office program: the tab, the ribbon, the Quick Access toolbar, the window settings, and the tab and ribbon display settings. Now that you are familiar with the different areas and their names, let's see how to hide them in order to maximize your working area. This button toggles between the normal view and full page view, basically hiding all unnecessary stuff. Worth noting that in this view, you can click on this to have a comprehensive view of all notebooks, sections, and pages. It's a really powerful navigation pane because you can navigate through notebooks, sections, and pages, all in the same view. Not only you have a great overview there, but you can actually reorganize your stuff in this window to move a page from one section to another, or even a section from one notebook to another. The only drawback of full page view is that you lose access to the command ribbon. but pressing the triple dot handlebar here and Show tab, you will manage to keep both the quick access toolbar and the tab always visible. If you spend a little time customizing your quick access toolbar to show your favorite commands, you will really love full page mode. Adding command to the quick access toolbar is straightforward. Simply right-click on any command and click Add to Quick Access Toolbar. But a quick access toolbar may contain commands that are not natively shown on the ribbon. For instance, I love the previous page and next page button. Let's see how to add them on the ribbon. First, you need to press the Customize Quick Access Toolbar button on the right on the bar and select More Command. Then select Page tab, select the previous page button and press Add to add it on the right. In this case, I already have it, so no need to do it twice. Once you're done, press OK, and you've got new buttons on your quick access toolbar. Now let's come back to the normal view. Here you have your current notebook, but you can pin the notebook pane to have always visible on the left the various open notebooks. Now let's come back of the commands of the ribbon. If you click on this, it will collapse the ribbon every time you don't need it. Personally, I don't like very much that option, because when you show the ribbon, it overlaps with the top of the page, thus hiding part of your notes. Let me show you an example. If I want to change the color of this sentence, it hides the part of the text I am working on. That's why I'd rather use the quick access toolbar commands to always have visible the part of the notes I'm working on. Let's come back to the normal view, clicking on the Pin the Ribbon button on any tab. This ensures that the ribbon is always visible. On the View tab, under Page Setup, there are several options to customize your page. For example, you may choose a background color for your page. Let's try this lemon lime color. You may also want to add rule lines or grid lines on your page to guide your unwritten notes or sketch. You can even hide a page title. Finally, it's here where you set the page size. By default, a page has an unlimited size referred to as auto. I prefer to set page size to A4 to ease the export to PDF or the printing of my pages. Now that you are familiar with basic customization options, let's have a look at more advanced options available in the File, Option, Display menu. There are quite a few options, 9 actually, so let me show you first the one related to what we've just seen. If you want all new pages to show rule lines, tick this box. If you want to change the location of the page list called Page tab and the notebook pane called Navigation pane, tick the corresponding box there. In this case, I have switched the position of both panes. And now, if I unpin the notebook pane, the current notebook name will come back on the left. That's why when the navigation pane is collapsed, I mean not pinned, this option seems to be useless, but it's not. Before heading back at the display option window again, let me show you the vertical scroll bar. Currently, it's on the right, but I can easily switch it to the left, ticking this box. Alright. Before heading back to the display option window again, let me introduce you with the concept of note containers. If I want to interact with this paragraph, to move it, for example, that's not straightforward. First, I have to select it with the mouse, and now I can move the container or change text size or color. But that would be totally impossible with a touchscreen device, hence this option activated by default. So I strongly suggest that you keep Show Note Container on Pages ticked. Now, each time I hover the mouse on top of the note container, it shows the container, and then it's much easier to interact with it. Finally, let's have a look at a last feature, very useful, which allows you to clip portion of the screen to illustrate your notes. Ticking this box will add a new icon there. And if you click on it, you will be able to select a portion of the screen and come back in OneNote and paste the picture. Now that you are familiar with OneNote Workspace and its basic display customization, it's time to move on to the second part of this presentation, which is about docket page in combination with a table of content. The purpose of this workflow is to allow to use your digital notebook as intuitively as a traditional notebook. When you have a notebook at hand, you manage to write down some notes on a page and consult previous pages on the same notebook at the same time to frame your notes. This is possible because you can flip pages on a paper notebook with one hand while holding a pen in your other hand. Actually, it boils down to the fact that flipping pages is much quicker than moving from one page to another within OneNote. Also, a digital notebook lacks physical reference, which a thick paper notebook offers. The button Previous Page, Next Page in the Quick Access toolbar may help, but flipping many pages that way is cumbersome because the screen may not refresh smoothly. To overcome this difficulty, I have designed a workflow which involves table of content and docket pages. Table of content are created using wiki-style links. Links are created typing the intended title for a new note into brackets. For instance, if I want to create a new page, I simply have to open twice the brackets, type my text there, and close twice the bracket. That's it. A new page is created at the bottom of my note list. At this time, the note is still blank, so the blue underline appears dotted. If you click on it, it brings you to the newly created note instantly. Let's include some content there. Now, let's come back to the previous page, the page we were in just a few seconds before. The blue underline is now plain, indicating the note is not empty anymore. Of course, you can create links to existing pages, paragraph, or words within a page. To do that, simply go in this page, select the text, right-click on it, select Copy Link to Paragraph, and come back to the previous page. There, you type a text, select it, and insert a link, pasting the content of the clipboard. Finally, you can create links to any digital content, such as websites, documents, or else. To do that, simply add a link and browse your document. Well, you get it. Clicking on a link brings you there, just as a link in the internet would bring you to another page with related content. And the table of content is just a list of links, isn't it? Now, let's talk about docket pages. A docket page is a window with a special behavior. A docket page, as its name implies, remains anchored on the side of the screen. But it automatically shifts to full page mode, which leaves you more space to write. You can show tabs and ribbons. The difference with a normal OneNote window is the addition of the Page tab. The main difference is by default, the content of a docket page is linked to its source. The last difference lies in the fact that a docket page dynamically interacts with another OneNote window. For instance, if I click on a link of this page, the related note opens on the left on a separate window. Now that you know the basics of Wikistyle links and docket pages, let's see how the following workflow might help you handling a large collection of notes. The idea is to work on the right side, a docket note containing a table of content, and use the left window to look at past notes which you want to refer at in your new note. Okay, let's give it a try. This is my table of content. Assuming I want to write a new minute meeting, I simply add a new entry to my table of content. This new page appears on the bottom of this section's page list. I strongly suggest that you move it right after the table of content. This will allow you to move back and forth between the table of content and this note using the previous and next page button. Now you're ready to write down the important things arising in this meeting. First, we go to the note and start writing. Now, if you need any information or data that you capture in a past note, go back at the table of content and seek for the note. No, that's not this one. Neither this one. Okay, I got it. Once you have found it, go back to your note, and while you have the past note on the left, elaborate your current note based on the piece of information available on the left. Well, that's all, folks. You now know how to use a table of content in combination with a docket note. With some practice, you will be able to implement this workflow in a natural way. Hope you like it.